happy Monday, Sales Director Corrin Cresci. All right, for a minute, just today, let's just simplify and talk real quick about the new e-commerce platform that's coming. No, I don't have any special answers to any specific questions. I know as much as any of the rest of y'all know by reading information on the In Touch page and watching the videos. So if you haven't done that, I would suggest start there. And then here is my advice. The company is saying that and advising that there is a checklist for us all as beauty consultants to have completed in the month of October. Okay, so what is the checklist? The checklist says basically go to the In Touch page and watch the videos and read some information about what's coming soon. Okay, so we've probably all done that. The next part is critical, and that would be to go to your In Touch profile. So log into the In Touch page, go up to the little face icon, the little body, the little person up in the right-hand corner, which is you. You may have uploaded your photo there already previously, but if you haven't, that's your profile. And you're going to go there, and you need to make sure that you have your checking account, a checking account of some sort through some bank uploaded there for direct deposit. Now, if you're a sales director, you most likely have already done that. That's how you get paid. And if you've been a seasoned recruiter for some time now, that's probably there. But double check, right? That'll take you 3 minutes. I'm imagining under 3 minutes. Okay. Next thing to confirm is that also in that profile section while you're there that you have your social security number in there. Again, if you're a sales director, this is already happening, should be happening. And if you're maybe a newer beauty consultant, or maybe you're just not sure, this is what you're going to be doing. Again, those two items should take you, less than 3 minutes on the In Touch page. Going to the profile, making sure you have a direct deposit checking account, and that your social security number is there, okay? The last thing that they're asking you to do really right there and to prep is to begin writing your I story. Now, you're just going to do this like in the notes section of your phone or something like that. You could ask ChatGPT to do it for you. You could put in some highlights or some key points about yourself. And you might start perusing through your photos and looking for up to 6 photos that you would like to use when the new site launches. Now, again, this last piece is not mandatory in October, but it is listen, when the new site launches, you're going to get to upload 6 photos. So kind of a good idea to start thinking about that. What message do you want to present when people go to your My Shop? What do you want that to look like? Don't just get desperate and at the last minute upload a bunch of stuff, right? So be mindful. This is where you're going to put your marketing hat on a little bit and be like, what marketing message do I want to send to, the people who log into My Shop? So couple other things, minor things, but one of them would be, this may or may not be minor. In your My Customer Plus section, whether you log into it from the In Touch page or you use the app, how much data do you have stored for your customers in there? So you may be really great. You may have anniversaries. You may have, birthdays. You may have all kinds of things in there. It's a good idea to go through in the month of October and take a look at that. If you're a great detailed record keeper of your customers. I'm going to be honest. That does not describe me, and that's okay. That might not describe you either. But the merge, when the merge happens, is only going to merge over birthdays. So it's going to merge over your customer's name. It's going to merge over their email address, their address. It's going to merge over their cell phone, okay? It's going to merge over their birthday, and that's it. So if there is more information that you like to keep and you would like to make sure that it migrates, then you're going to have to print that information off, and then when the new site launches, you're going to then be required to manually input it. So if you're like name, address, email, and cell phone and birth date are sufficient, you don't really have to do anything, okay? One thing that I would have you take a look at, though, is, back in the day, we used to have like 3 phone numbers for customers. There was their home phone number, which was a landline. There was their work phone number, which was also a landline. Like, you used to call people at their job. Hello, may I please speak with Susan? And then, people start getting cell phones, and then there's a cell phone spot. Nowadays, I'm sure you will agree that if you want to get a hold of a customer, you're going to go to one source, which is her cell phone, even if it's while she's at work. We don't need to call the hospital anymore to speak to Susan. We can just message Susan on her cell phone. For some of my customers, I notice my customers I've had for a long time, I've entered their cell phone number in the home phone number field. And so I need to go in and make some corrections to that so that it does migrate over correctly. Okay, that may sound like a lot, but here's what I want to say. This is the biggest part of the message. So listen up. Okay. The 31st of October is Halloween. Whether or not you celebrate Halloween or harvest or fall or you don't do anything at all, that is also the last day of the month. That is month end for Mary Kay. It falls on a weekend this year. Like there's a lot of reasons. It falls on a Friday, but Friday night, right? Mary Kay will be closed after business hours. There's 100 reasons I can think of to not do any of this stuff on the 31st. Just don't. You're just going to set yourself up for failure. You're going to set yourself up for frustration. You're going to set yourself up for panic, unnecessary, undue stress. Don't put this off. So I'm going to suggest that you give yourself a deadline. I'm going to say by the 15th. I'm going to say by the halfway through the month of October, at least by the halfway through, you've check-marked off all these things. And it's okay if you haven't written your I story yet or you've gotten your 6 photos ready. That's just more like getting your brain thinking for the future. But I'm going to say by the 15th, make sure you've done any migration you need to out of my customers that's necessary, like you've printed out, anything you need that you're going to manually add, or you go in and you check those cell phone numbers if they're in the right spot so that the migration is smooth. Like, you go in and take care of business. And that you also go to the In Touch page into your profile and make sure that you have a checking account and a Social Security number. And that way, when the panic sets in on the 31st, when everybody who waits till the end is trying to do it and blowing up, social media groups, consultant groups, and director groups with panic, nothing's working, you can just sit back and be like, oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness that I put that information in early. I don't have to stress or worry about any of this, okay? Now, you might even decide, and here's my last recommendation, do it in the next 24 or 48 hours. It's not that much work to do, and then get back to the business of having one of your best months ever in sales and team building. Because when we tend to put things off, we tend to slow down in other areas. And we don't get very proactive with sales and team building because we've got these other things we know we need to be doing, but we're not doing those, so we're kind of not doing what we need to do in sales and team building, and everything stalls. So if you can get it done and just get it done now, today, tomorrow, think about the freedom you're going to give yourself to be successful for the remaining days of October, because now this isn't looming over you any longer and you are all set. And now you're like, bring it on, Mary Kay. When's this e-commerce platform coming? I'm ready. So that is my best advice for all of us today. And I hope that you take it. Be blessed.